along with 3 judges. I did a little presentation for them in the front foyer before I went through the metal detectors. Then I said, now for everyone's attention, here's my passport, you run my number. I want all of you to read my passport. When I came back the second day, there was only one man there going, good morning, Judge. Welcome to our courthouse. They're up in room 200. They're waiting for you. I had no more problems with that. 2 days after that, the Pope shows up in the United States and went to that same courthouse. The prosecuting district attorney for that courthouse resigned when the Pope left. I'm a keymaster with the Vatican. Head of state, Speaker of the House, met with the Pope. 2 days after that, he resigned because of some other lawsuits that we have running up there in quantum language because they weren't doing their job. Comes under Title 18, 641. It's misappropriations. These are people that have a job, they're paid to do a job, they're paid to file your paperwork, and they're not doing their filings. Anybody runs into a clerk of the court who will not file your paperwork, you go up on my website, there is a pre-written 2-page clerk's failure to file lawsuit already prepared for you. Just have to change the name, the time, and your county jurisdiction. And you can take it in, walk it in the clerk's office, says you've been sued. It's an 11-year prison sentence and a $9,000 a day fine not to file your paperwork. So don't take any bunk. It's under Title 46, under maritime vessels docking on a foreign vessel in dry dock. And they're not doing their job. And under Title 18, 641, it's a $10,000 fine and 10 years in prison for misappropriating your paycheck. What was on CNN yesterday morning? Hillary Clinton misappropriating her doing private emails during working hours, 1,328 times. So the Justice Department wants to prosecute her for misappropriations of her paycheck while Secretary of State doing private emails while she's at work, and then billing the government for her time in office while doing private emails. So that's misappropriations. Well, 2 weeks before that, they said, we're going to sue you for lying to the FBI, Hillary, under Title 18, 1001, fictitious conveyance of language. You lied to the FBI. You didn't tell us the truth. Well, first off, it's FBI is fumbling, bumbling idiots. Then everything they do, investigation, means, well, let's see, you have inappropriations, inconsistency, incorrect, insurance, investigation. What happens when we put in front of the word correct? It means no. So it's Federal Bureau of No Investigation. So because of all the negativity that's out here, and little play on words that they're doing, Hillary says, you said I did something wrong. Pulls out a $1 bill and says, I was an adverb, modifies the verb America. Let's call the paparazzis in and explain to the world that America's verb on the money and it's mail fraud. Disqualify all money in 150 countries worldwide. FBI kind of shuffles backwards and going, okay, we'll forget about that. Now they're trying to get around to Title 18, 641. We'll kind of forget about that too. Squeaky wheel gets the oil, folks. How much money can you buy today, or how much justice can you buy today? Same way Bill got out of trouble, Hillary's getting out of trouble on a day-to-day basis because she's 18 years of practice in this field of syntax. And they have no laws, rules, regulations, or codes of 4 billion codes in the United States that are written in correct grammar. Title 26 of the IRS is 100% adverb-verb. There is not a single legal correct sentence. So when you want to go pay your taxes, sue to pay your taxes with correct grammar. Now, the IRS agent who's going to talk to you is going to continually say, you owe us. And your answer back to them is, in what grammar? Show me the correct sentence structure. Show me the correct law. Show me the correct oath that you have. Show me your authorization from the Treasury. It says Department of Treasury. DE means no part of a contract. That's what department means. Of is an adverb, the is an adverb, making Treasury a dangling participle verb. Show me the verb Treasury in the dictionary. It's all an illusion. Sue to pay your taxes to be correct. And they'll send you a letter saying, you don't owe us anything. You know, so if anybody's got a real big tax audit, needs $500,000, $1.5 million with your corporation, you use that to discharge your taxes. Because there are no laws, rules, and regulations and codes. There's only the ignorance of grammar. And I'll syntax any insurance or IRS policy there is. You get into a car accident. The insurance won't pay for your damages. Your car doesn't get replaced. You got a broken back, whiplash, broken arms. They won't pay any medical expenses. They say no across the board. Well, there's a certain amount of pain that they can't see, so therefore it's guesswork. Go get all these doctor reports. Spend tens of thousands of dollars getting analyzed before we're going to go ahead and pay you any money and pay any bills for it. But what's the one thing you're in possession of? The one thing you're in possession of is an insurance policy. And the insurance policy looks just like this mortgage. And that's how many mistakes it has on it. When you syntax the insurance policy, it carries a $25 million fine and 30 years in prison. Besides, selling you a fraudulent insurance policy, they sold stock on the New York Stock Exchange. That's a Securities and Exchange violation for selling fraudulent mortgage insurance policies. Now, they're going to keep that really quiet, especially if you've got about 40 million clients that need to know this information at $25 million a piece. So that sore back, they're going to pay out on it. They're going to fix your car. They're going to get everything done nice and quiet because you have knowledge of grammar. So if you ever get into an insurance situation, call me. IRS, call me. Mortgage foreclosure, call me. Because I'm the guy that knows how to tear it apart and use. There's 152 federal laws that cover fraudulent grammar in the codes. Now, all codes, all 4 billion codes in the United States are, of course, written in fiction, but they are a suggestion for the fiction courts. They don't have to file those documents. They don't have to follow the letter of the law. That's why they have all this leeway, because it says nothing. That's why the judge is going to make a determination of what word is. So when you know how to syntax, you now know how to rewrite every code and put it in the correct prepositional phrases to make perjury a fact, not a verb. To make extortion, or the word tort, T-O-R-T, which means public officials acting in conspiracy with each other to cause harm upon a citizen. And if you know how to do the correctness and write the sentence in the correct mathematical procedures, you can write it frontwards and backwards as many times as you want. It's always going to say the same thing. And then your constitution, your contract that you signed, the judge signs, and when you sign your name across the postage stamp on the document, that makes you the postmaster to carry the vessel paper into the foreign vessel. You're free to enter the vessel as a postmaster. You're free to leave the vessel as a postmaster. So they can't take you into custody as a postmaster. Now, when you have your state driver's license is another one. You all have my business card now. On the back of your driver's license, they took off all the restrictions now. All the new ones coming out are smart cards, chipped. They'll set off your computer's metal detectors at all of your courthouses and airports now. You put a $1 stamp. Usually use the Rockefeller stamp, or in this case here, I use a Red Fox stamp. Red Fox stamps came out in 1999, November 2nd, for the anniversary of the sovereignty of America. The $1 stamp, Red Fox, has 2 bars through it. That means gold. A simulation has 1 bar through it, or a reserve stamp. Red Fox stamps have been out of circulation for about 16 years. They're selling for about $10 a piece on the internet. Now, when you put a $1 stamp on the back of your driver's license and you autograph it, it makes you a postmaster transporting the mail, M-A-I-L, of your body, because it's a vessel. On the front, it's the address of where the postmaster is going to deliver the mail. That's your home address. If a police officer stops you and tries to give you a ticket, he is stopping a postmaster from delivering the mail to your house. Because the post office controls the Department of Transportation and Homeland Security, which is all branches of military and police, he's arresting a postmaster that he works for. And these are all the laws he breaks on the back and the procedure by which you prosecute the police officer for giving you a citation written with 400 mistakes on it, which is a violation of 152 laws besides these. So by putting that stamp on the back and signing it or autographing it, do not cursive, autograph, you will then be in a position to educate rather than be prosecuted. And you'll be surprised how many times you get pulled over and you have that stamp and all of a sudden you're going pay attention. You're free to go. Have a nice day. Because they know if you have my card, you're going to call me and I'm going to download on them. And once they don't want my lawsuits in those courts. They don't want to educate their people with this level of technology. Eventually, we're going to revamp the entire government with correct grammar. Then when you get pulled over with correct grammar, you're going to be you have to answer to the man then, because they're correct. But right now, the world of fiction has no business, because fiction is perjury, telling anybody what to do. But there's so many people that don't know